Yeah, yeah. I'm still in the hospital. Look, my teeth turned brown again. I guess it's from antibiotics. Um, it's the 13th, and I was supposed to go home Sunday. And then they said, just one more day, Monday. And they said, just one more day, Tuesday. Just one more day, Wednesday, Thursday. And now tomorrow is Friday, right? Yeah, I think so. Today's Thursday. Yeah, Thursday the 13th. It's not Friday the 13th. So here I'm stuck in this lap of luxury, being cared for, bored out of my tears. At least I have the computer. You know, I can cruise on the computer. I can watch HGTV, TV, whatever. But it just plays on the body. Can't, I'm not doing anything. So I've been walking the halls, walking the halls, walking the halls, trying to keep my legs in some sort of strength while we go through this. So it turns out I have 8 more days of antibiotic that I have to take into my body. And typically, now that I've gotten to the point where everything's under control, I should be sent home and do it at home. And they would have a day nurse come out. But it turns out that they only qualify for like a day nurse once every other day. So it's every other day nurse. And so I would be doing it myself. So I don't know what good the day nurse is other than to check the port. She can look at the port and see, make sure it's all healthy and functioning, because I'll be doing my flushes and then connecting to my line, and we won't be using a pump. I'll just hand feed myself my antibiotics. That's how they'll go in. And then I just put a cap on my little line and that's it, I'm done. So I do that once every 12 hours. But why am I still here? I don't even know who survived. I mean, I've been gone for 7 days and I don't know how my plants have survived. I mean, Jeffrey's there, and but you have to really be on top of it. So, anyways, just one more day, and it's tomorrow. So every day is just one more day. I don't get it. So they're leaving me alone. They don't do my blood pressure or anything like that. I don't let them do that, and I don't tolerate the being assessed by nurses anymore. None of that. Nobody needs to assess nothing. I'm fixed. Okay. I know what's wrong with me and I know what needs to be done. And aside from that, it's just meds. So the nurse that comes in, she only gives me meds like maybe twice a day that I take, oral antibiotics and some other pills that I take normally. And that's it. Then she's gone. And then I get hooked up to this thing first thing in the morning. And then I get hooked up 12 hours later, as it is now, first thing in the evening. And, uh, and then I drink all that fluid and all that antibiotic and I get unplugged, and then I'm on my own. And there's no bother, and then no one comes to bother me for the rest of the night. Oh, and they do a blood draw through the port. No sticking with needles. Around 6 o'clock in the morning, 5 or 6. That's no big deal. By then I'm up, and so that's all they do. That's all I my whole life centers around the same routine. But at least I don't have to worry. It's like a private. I mean, it is a private room, but it's a private room now in the fact that there's no need for them to be in and out. They don't need to knock on the door and in and out business. When I am willing to take company, I open my door. And if not, then I close my door. That's how it is. So, anyways, one more day and I can get back home. Yeah. And this was a godsend. It really was. This was a gift um, to the fact that I had neutropenia, which is pneumonia, water fluid in the lung, but it was in such small amount that it was just beginning. And normally you wouldn't know that until the crash, until your lungs are so full of fluids that you're struggling. And then it's an emergency and all the worst, and you don't want neutropenia in my condition. So it was the UTI that triggered the problem that I went into the ER, which helped them discover the neutropenia. So they were able to treat both and catch it real early and real fast. So I didn't even get a cough. But in the meantime, they discovered a secondary infection in my enlarged testicle that I've been complaining about for 2 years. So they're treating that. And that's what's taking this extra antibiotics. But now I get to leave squeaky clean, I'm all squeaky clean, and get back to my world, and hopefully with strength, And I didn't check what my blood count was, or when they did my blood this morning, I didn't get the results of it. I didn't talk to the doctor today. But by tomorrow, I'll find out what my levels are. And then, of course, by the time the antibiotics done in 8 more days, I'm due for my next immunization. Yeah, I mean, my immunotherapy shot. Yeah, so I'm due to go back to the oncology, and that's when I'll have them disconnect my port. Yeah, because it won't be needed. It'll just be the bump on my skin, under my skin, without the line. Take the line off. Yeah. Then I'm back to showers and feeling normal again. Be back in the house. I'm gonna miss the dogs. I really am. They were they were put to sleep when I came in, and I still haven't had that moment to where I realize they're not walking around the corner anymore. Yeah, so probably still have dog poop to pick up too. Poor things. But yeah, it's better than what they had proposed. They had proposed either keeping me for the next 8 days or putting me in a skilled nursing facility for 8 days, a nursing home, a nursing home, which is a no. I said, that's too high risk. There's too many people. I would be exposed to too much. Where at home, I'm not exposed to anybody by myself. And so that's the better environment. And it's all because the insurance company, they approved it and then they disapproved it. And then they approved it and disapproved it. It's like, so by tomorrow we should have an answer. But in all the years that these doctors have worked with patients, never once have they ever run into this before, where the insurance company fails to follow through after an inpatient stay in the condition that the treatment has to continue. Yeah, how they expect me to continue because I can't do it at oncology. It takes between 12 hours and they run an 8-hour shift. And I can't just come up here because I would have to be inpatient. There's no outpatient services up here. Yeah, not that run 12-hour shifts. So I get to go home and do it at home by myself. I can handle it. I've been practicing with the nurses, squirting myself, flushing a line, connecting, giving. Well, I did what the machine put me down, like it's doing right now, because I'm hooked up right now. Boop, 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 boop. Oh, let's see. It's got a while to go. Yeah, it's got a while to go. And as soon as it's done, then we get unhooked, flush the line, and then I can walk the halls for a little while, wear myself out, and then come back in and crash out. I mean, at least some of the food is good. I have to admit, some of the food is good. I had a chicken quesadilla yesterday. That was really good. And then I tried the beef quesadilla today. And that one wasn't very good. That was very greasy, like greasy meat. I didn't like that. And but tonight I had lasagna, which was really tasty. So that was okay. But I don't like the pancakes and all that big heavy breakfast stuff. So tomorrow I just said give me a breakfast burrito. That's it. That'll be enough. Just salsa. But I ran into another person that is like an NPC. Remember, I was bitching and complaining on the last video that there was this weird girl and I had to kick her out of my room. She has no feelings. She totally, completely has no ability to feel anything. You could call her a witch and she wouldn't understand other than the word witch means someone that flies through the sky or something. But this girl brought my breakfast this morning. She walks in and she's got a net on her hair, but she has her hair only this short, so it sticks out. So it's sticking through the net, really like a buzz cut. She's a big round girl. And she set my food down here, and then she just stood there. And I said, "It's okay. I can take it from here. You know, you're okay here." She goes, "Okay." And she just stood there. Like, was she waiting for a tip? Are you waiting for a tip? Get out of here. So, yeah, I had to literally usher her out of my room. She didn't know how to respond to me. And her whole action was just so NPC, like an automaton. I don't know. Was she expecting me to lift the lid and show her what's under there? I mean, surely she brought me the tray. She's from the kitchen area, the kitchen people. You know what's in there, right? I'm not going to lift the tray. I'm not going to eat in front of you. And then it turns out that it was a diet, and the diet was listed as non-sugar diet. Well, I don't know why. So I asked her, what was that all about? And she says, well, I don't know. And I said, well, I'll have to tell the kitchen because I'm not a diabetic. So I don't know. That was strange. Very strange. Maybe she was a ghost. Yeah, I don't know. I've probably gained weight since I've been here, eating 3 meals a day. Probably. Good Lord. And no exercise, well, other than the walking of the halls, but there's been no gardening. But we've been reaching really high temperatures. We reached 107 today. So I'm not ready for that. I've been stuck in here under this 72 degrees that I'm freezing, freezing. And I need extra blankets. And now with all the walking, I've adjusted myself, so now it feels normal. So when I walk out that front door, when I leave here, it's going to be like heat, total heat. It'll take me a while to go, like a fish in a shoal. I don't know. Yeah, it looks pretty hot. No rain yet. Although we got clouds tonight, so there's clouds out there, but still no rain yet. Oh, how terrible. What can I say? So, anyways, just touch base. It's the 13th, and we have the potential, which is the 6th, onto time, potential time, creating the hand that takes a hold of the 13th. Yeah, so it's the hand of the 13th. And that creates the spirit as the number 9. Yeah, so that's good. Yeah, I've had a pretty good day. And fortunately, I have Goonies too, so I can have entertainment internalized. And I don't tell them. I don't tell them. So I use my edibles, but they must see it in my blood work because they pull my blood, they would see it. But it's totally legal, and I've always been totally honest that it was one of my medications. Yeah, for nausea because of chemo, and considering it's only been just over a week. Well, let's see, just going on 2 weeks now. So it's just going on 14 days since my last chemo treatment. So yeah, the initial 8 to 9 days of feeling like crap and then getting the UTI, which didn't feel like the chemo and it was very serious, like an infection. And then in a specific organism too, they were able to identify the organism. So they know exactly which meds to use. And then it just spiraled. So thankfully that's all over, And so it was a blessing that the UTI showed up because otherwise I would have been either farther gone by the time it hit me, but something was wrong. I would be really in bad shape. I mean, to the point where they would want to put me on a respirator, sort of thing. But that's not going to happen. We're treating it now. And so, yeah, what a blessing. Okay, what else can I say? Not much. And I look forward to getting home again and wearing human clothes. And then, of course, I still can't take a shower for another 8 days, because of the line. And it's just the horse bath, the wash rag and stuff. And then in 8 days, once I get disconnected and I'm fine, and I can jump in the shower and have a good old time. Get in the hot water or bath. I would like a bath. But okay, let me let you go. And please enjoy yourselves in this fine day. I could show you out the window and show you how we're on the sixth floor, and it's kind of view. It's a really pretty view to a golf course out here. So the trees are all so full and green. You see the sprinklers running in the morning hours, and they shoot up there. These are big industrial sprinklers, and they sure keep it looking like Jurassic Park over there, where everybody else is all dried up. Okay, I had some melon and it wants to come back up. It does that. Okay, take care. Bye.